Okay, Pa1, I mainly modified two classes here, which is file and coordinator classes. So here's main. I will start from the intro of this program. You can see here I create three threads, uh, TQ, TF, TFile, and T coordinator. Among those threads, TFile and T coordinator share the same variable called shared FC, which is a key to the communication between file thread and coordinator thread, back and forth. So let's take a look at this variable. Here I have expanded an enumeration value complete, which is also used to indicate that a file thread has completed all data reading work, and then there are mutex and condition variable for synchronization status. Now let's back to main and take a look at the file thread first. So file thread will enter this while loop. Let's see. Go to the operator overload function. So it will enter this while loop after the program start running. The curly braces here are allow to allow the unique lock inside it to be automatically released. The lock here is to synchronize with the status with the state of coordinator, and then the state of share FC will be checked here. And if it is empty, it means that I can read the file to the buffer. Then we check whether the file has been read or not, read completely or not. If yes, modify the status of share FC to complete. Otherwise, we read the file and change the status of share FC to ready. Now we take a look at. I think that's all for the file thread. Now we can go back to main and take a look at the coordinator thread. The I have defined three enumerations here. Uh, wait. So which respectively indicate that is if the buffer is empty, half filled, or it is full. And go to the overload function. Yeah. So coordinator thread also enters a while loop after the program startup, and then it does three things, which obviously you can see it load data from file thread, write data to wave buffer, and check load the data, write data to wave buffer, and check whether it's over or not. So let's go to the load data first. Now, if the current buffer is empty, it means there's no data to give it to wave buffer. Then I will wait up to 1 second to avoid the invalid loop. And when the status of share FC is ready, it means the file thread has loaded data and can start the transmission, the data transmission. Um, let's go here. So we transfer data. Now we transfer the data to buffer A, and change the state to half when it's done. And when the status is half, the it means the current buffer is half filled. It means I have data give to wave buffer, so I don't wait here to avoid the transmission data to wave buffer later. Here we tell the file system transfer started. And here we the transfer data, we switch the buffer, transfer the data to buffer no to buffer B, yeah, and change the state of the buffer have ready have when it's done. And yeah, I think that's all for the for the load data. Now we go to the transfer data. um, I turned the sleep to 100 because I think it's really slow when it is 1,000. Um, so get next 2K buff. Um, this offset indicates that amount of data that the current buffer has read, and when the data in this buffer is read, the buffer is cleared. If the data in another buffer at this time, then we exchange those two, buffer A and buffer B, to continue reading the data. And if another buffer also don't have data, we modify the state to buffer empty, indicate that there's no more data in the entire coordinator. Um, and I think that's all. Let me run the program. Here we the thread will begin. The first wave was being loaded, as it has that many bytes to complete. You can see the wave is transferred by coordinator thread. Uh, wave 2, wave 3, yep. I think you see the drill. Now let me kill this. Press any key to kill the thread. And yeah, I think that's it.